A woman's future was as murky as this water overnight, and none of the signs pointed to a promising ending.
I was just really scared.
A car with an open trunk submerged in frigid water and a woman's hand sticking out a window.
I heard some commotion outside. Somebody was yelling about call 911. There's a car in the water.
And so I come out on the balcony to see what's going on, and they were screaming there's a car. And I seen the car in the pond, so I come running down and just jumped in.
Nikki Rainey and Stan Smith didn't hesitate a bit.
No, not at all. Matter of fact, I didn't even take time to undress. I just went for it.
So I took off my shoes and dove in and pulled the door open. And when I did, an arm came out. We fortunately pulled a lady out from the passenger side. And I swam her to shore and I asked her if there was anybody else in the car, and she said no. She assured me no.
Police say the woman was driving in this parking lot when she saw a deer, swerved to avoid it, and hit this curb. She skipped it and plunged into the water. That's when her car sank like a stone. The woman's wet and weary, but unharmed.
That man there's the real hero, because if it hadn't been for him, that door would have never come open. I couldn't get it open. There was too much pressure keeping it closed.
And she needed somebody to open that door, and I knew she couldn't do it. And if there was somebody in that car, we had to get them out.
I'm just glad she's all right. That's a blessing all in itself.
But without their selfless acts, a wrong turn could have ended in disaster. With photographer Ella V. Miller, Jolean Olson, NBC Action News. Kansas City drivers are used to seeing backup on downtown bridges. But for once, this delay is not caused entirely by construction, and it's not making anyone mad.
Pretty excited about it.
So what's so exciting about delays? What's causing them? She's right in the middle of the Broadway Bridge, right there, underneath the rumble of trucks and heavy traffic. Find her, and she'll watch you like a hawk.
Seeing a bird of that size, that close, you don't get to see it every day.
And she's not alone. Her feathered friend waits nearby. This is the reason for this couple's rapt attention: 3 speckled eggs.
We was concerned about the birds and what might happen to the eggs.
The Missouri Department of Transportation called in conservation experts who told them this bird isn't going anywhere. It's federal law.
Technically, you cannot harm the nest of any bird or the eggs or the bird itself.
So they're left to watch and wait for quite a while.
It'll take about 30 days to incubate them. And then beyond that, it'll take about 40-45 days for the young to fledge.
That's 2.5 months. Crews will have to work around the area where the birds are nesting.
Hopefully we can come up with some compromise that will make everybody happy.
For now, amidst concrete and steel, noise and mayhem, a mother makes a home on a steel girder, showing that life does go on, even when traffic doesn't.
I've called the 800 number and they're telling me I can't get my money back.
Tempers flared and patience wore thin as people waited in an endless line.
How do I get my money back? That's what I want to know.
We've been tired and we've been pushing our bags around from place to place.
We moved about 20 feet in about an hour.
Delays topped 4 hours for some travelers.
I'm frustrated. I'm thinking, am I going to make my next flight? I'm thinking, you know, this is this the, if the terrorists really want to try something, then this would be the time.
The time because of a power outage. The X-ray machines won't work. Bags have to be screened by hand. People have to be checked in on paper.
So what is that flight number?
And stores had to close.
It backed up a whole bunch of flights. It's actually a nightmare for Delta.
Anybody else 1162 flight?
Passengers say it's a nightmare for them, too.
They should have known, I guess. I mean, have more people here, considering the day after Christmas, and have more people to help out and stuff like that. It just seems like it's undermanaged right now.
But since they're left with no choice except to wait, other passengers pass the time any way they could and hope for the best, even with no end in sight.
We're good. We'll get home eventually.